Crazy Red Emu with the edgiest of Shadow the Hedgehogs. I got this thing off of Target. It's made by Jakks Pacific, like everything else. And it's got some issues, despite looking really cool and so very 90s. That song, the Crawling in My Skin song, is definitely playing in my head as I look at this. But let's dive into this, and I'll go over some of its issues. Number one, while attached to the stand, it's still back heavy. So I'm going to glue a chunk of metal in the front part of this stand because the stand's mostly hollow underneath, and that way it won't fall backwards. Another problem is trying to stand them out without the stand and the wings. You're going to have to kind of position the wings so they prop them up. But almost every Sonic figure has a problem standing up anyway, so it's not exactly new. May be worried about bending the wings over time, though, if you do that. One other issue this particular figure has, which hopefully isn't universal, is this shoulder is weak. The stand does have some neat little aspects. There's 2 pins that plug into the feet, along with this clip here that goes around his legs. It also comes with extra parts for the figure, which have storage in the bottom of the stand. You get 2 dramatic hands, which plug in actually pretty easy. So you're not going to have any issues swapping out hands. And the connection's good enough where they don't fall out randomly. So they did a pretty good job on the swappable hands. Now, the wings do come off. Oh, wait, hold up. Before we pop these off, let me go over articulation on the wings, since you'll want to see it while it's attached. So the wings only have 2 points of articulation. They have a hinge like this, so they can point straight back. And they have a hinge here, so they can kind of point down. Doing that is how you get him to stand with the wings on. Now, there is a swappable back piece where you can give him his quills, so you can have him look like regular Shadow. However, this plugs in so well that it's a real pain to get out, so I'm not going to bother showing it to you. You'll just have to take my word for it. I don't want to loosen the joint up because I don't want the wings falling off his back. And, well, it's still a pain. Now, as far as articulation goes, he's got a, butterfly joint. Then hinge swivel on both sides of the shoulder. You got the hinge swivel on the elbow. His hands, you've already seen, but it's a hinge swivel. It's got waist articulation. Classic hip articulation for Jazzware. Jazzware. Jakks Pacifics. Hinge swivel knees. Kind of a hinge tilt combo for the feet. He stands pretty well when he ain't got his wings on. Now to cover the actual worst issue this figure has. This figure is bigger than any other figure besides that 2-foot tall Sonic, movie Sonic. Because this is Sonic Prime Shadow. This is movie Shadow. This is classic, modern Shadow. This Shadow will not scale with anyone. Unless you want him slightly taller than a Sonic Prime Sonic, you're not going to use him with anybody. Which is a shame. I wish he was this size. I wonder if I could get those wings 3D scanned and make a set for a Shadow this size. Something I may have to look into. I don't know. But yeah, he is way too tall. Still, he's going to look good on the shelf once I get him all propped up in his stand. So, I guess it's up to you if you think the $50 price tag, if you can even find it for that anymore, is worth it. I don't know. I like having the edgiest Shadow. I don't know. That's a personal decision you're going to have to make if you want to spend the money on it or not. Crazy Red Emu signing off.